Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Hey everybody, Adam Culbertson here. When you finish this episode, or right now, add another Creative Typo Entertainment podcast into your feed. Here's a promo for one right now. Make sure you go and check it out.
Hey, podcast lovers. Are you looking for a story with drama?
Please help me.
Action.
If Skylar becomes a problem, I'll handle them.
Mystery.
Who are you?
Humor.
If you put too many eggs in a basket, one of them's gonna drop out and split right open.
Have I got a story for you? Sticks Shift Incorporated, an audio drama about life, death, and mayhem. Available wherever podcasts are found.
Steel your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
And I'll go and head in the direction, right past the kitchen on the left.
Aleister's going to follow.
All right, or right before the kitchen.
Right before the kitchen. Before I said right before.
You enter the wrong room.
All right, so yeah, there's a you get to the door.
I'm sorry.
you get to the door and no, you just opening it and walking in.
I'll knock first.
Oh, you hear a come in or come in.
And I'll open the door. Yes. My name is Mr. Carmack. I was I believe Jebediah had spoken with you a short while ago and arranged a meeting.
Yes, Mr. Carmack.
Yes, sir.
Mr. That's some awfully interesting runes you have there on your body.
Well, thank you very much. It's something of my own device and curiousness.
I believe
possibly.
That's Yithian.
Yes, you have a very good eye for that.
Please come in and you, Mr. Cat.
Well, yes, I suppose you could call me Aleister if you would.
He
I just love how, like, every time it's just, like, daring at him, like, huh? Can he?
Mm-hmm.
Can he?
You gonna tell this big bad guy what Aleister's real name is or not?
He reaches up to his breast pocket and there's a pen in there and he clicks it and he's like, "What's that again?"
Oh, yes, I was just saying Aleister if you prefer. Albert, huh?
All right.
Nice callback.
Nice. Believe that's an Albert. Come on in.
Why does this keep happening?
Very, very kind.
You know, I'm starting to believe that spell is faulty.
I'm not going to correct him.
Very-
Albert.
very, very kind presence you're putting off there, Cat. I'm sorry, Albert. I will call you by your name.
Well, it's Aleister, actually, but
I have to say, Professor Narbeth, I haven't really met, don't really meet a lot of people that can communicate with Dreamland's cats. It's very interesting.
Well, it might take a little bit, but I'll eventually be able to understand him with us talking.
yes, I'll know when you actually say Aleister.
Well,
He really likes saying his name, doesn't he?
he's very proud of it.
You know what? You're no help.
Yes, I wanted to have a conversation with you, and maybe seek out some information if you might have it.
Yes, please close the door. I've never seen
Mage hand, door just closes.
I've never seen a Warforged with your look, your and especially with those glowing runes there.
Strike one.
I would have to correct you. I am not a Warforged. I am, in fact, very human underneath this. This is a device of my own design that I have been working on for a very long time. I have to say I'm very proud of it. It was up until recently that I've started to realize its full potential. With some assistance and some learning that I had done, I was able to improve upon it. And I would like to see what you have to offer here, and maybe I can improve upon it further, and maybe I could assist you in something of a similar nature, as a token of thanks for your assistance.
Well, I must say that do you understand what those runes mean?
I have a brash understanding. I have to say that I have to be in a very specific state of mind to really grasp.
You finished your
happens.
codex. You
Oh, that's
finished
right,
your
yeah.
codex
I forgot about that.
in that state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
I mean, I don't know if you want to share that information with him, but I'm just throwing that out there.
Yes, I can. Yes, I have a pretty general understanding. I have to write down some of my works every now and then. It's a lot to keep track of.
It means kick me.
And it's just so many intricate runes and translations and various phrases of "do not touch."
That's why it magically glows.
Yes.
And he still looks the same. Like he looks like a changeling, like white skin, white hair.
But I haven't seen what he looks
Yeah.
like though. Just a description.
Yeah, you had never seen, but same description. Aleister, you saw him before. He looks the same. He didn't shapeshift or anything.
Aleister doesn't comment.
Yeah. But he stands up and he's like, He goes over to a shelf and he's looking at it and fingering through some spines on the books and where did I put that book? Oh. Hang on just a moment. He walks over to a small desk and opens up a box, and he pulls a key out of the box and walks to another door in the room and unlocks it, and I'll be right back. And
All right.
He goes in the room and he goes in the room. I don't know if y'all want to say anything while he does it. It's not very long.
No, not really.
I'll just kind of give a nod and point over towards Professor, kind of like, it's him, right?
And Aleister will just nod.
Okay. And he comes back with a fairly large tome, and locks the door back, puts the key back in the box on the desk, closes it, and sets it down on a table in front of you, more like a coffee table kind of deal that was between the seats that y'all are in and where he was sitting in his reading chair.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets the book on the table, and he's like, Do you understand what this says? And it reads,
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
It reads, for a good time, call 867-5389.
Got it. I got your number on the book. It's Yithian for dummies.
No.
It says lorem ipsum. Little bit of an editing joke there for people. I guess publication in general.
Nico will get it.
Mr. and Mrs. Dursley were perfectly normal.
Tablets of the gods and their guardian.
That's what we're looking for.
That is pay dirt.
I noticed the symbols match up with what you have there. Somebody dropped this book off some time ago, and I have not been able to find anything to help me translate it.
Well, maybe you should take it back to your hotel room.
Well, first, thank you for sharing this. This is a very interesting find. Do you happen to know anything about that individual who dropped it off, and when?
And what their name was? It's an old Yithian cookbook. I should probably take it. There's a few recipes I would like to try. May I?
It's a few months ago. A Mr. Corbin came into town, and a yellow-clad gentleman, and had traded this book with me for some history and knowledge inside of my personal collection.
Well, if this is a sample of what you have in that collection, I can only speculate as to what that Mr. Corbin would have wanted. Huh. Interesting. I will I have to say I'm very interested in this piece of work. If it is not imposing, I would like to take a closer study at this, and I would share any kind of insights or information that I could glean from it that you may or may not have already stumbled upon yourself.
Well, I have no problem if you take a look at this book and maybe help me translate it. I do ask that this book does not leave my private study.
Of course.
But feel free to browse through it. Maybe even teach me some of the translations.
I will.
I imagine you have a codex of some sort.
Yes, I have a personal a personal copy on myself. I would probably use that to help with the translation.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, just a quick point of inquiry. I just a bit of curiosity, really. What would you say is the oldest book that you have in your collection?
I take it the cat wants to see more of my collection.
Well, yes, particularly the oldest book, the one that has been in existence for the longest.
Yes, he's specifically looking for one of the oldest books you have, just as a measure of the oldest thing that you have. He has very strange hobbies.
One of the oldest books I have was from a cult leader
called Tulsha and
See
Friends.
Aleister's tail starts swishing.
It was from is from the cult of the Green Flame. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Aleister's tail starts swishing even more. Starts making like weird chirping noises.
I haven't heard of that. I could hazard a guess as to what that cult worshipped or followed.
Name of the book is Green Flame.
I don't
in
suppose
Time.
that book would be available for perusal.
I take it the cat wants to see the book.
Yes, very much so.
That book in particular it cannot be exposed.
Oh, that's okay. I can read it in the dock if needed.
So if you would like to join me in my private library, we could go in there.
But yes, that actually sounds wonderful. Thank you.
If you're speaking to Albert, Albert would be more than happy to join you in the private library to study this work.
I do want something in return. I would like to be able to copy your codex of the Yith language. Yes. And I imagine there may be some more books that would be of interest to you involving the Yith inside of this library, inside of my library.
Friendly reminder that we were warned to not draw the attention of the Yith, if possible, by Sarah.
I heard what you said.
I know. I was just reminding you. I was reminding you and the listener, in case they happen to forget that.
Okay, listeners, we just want to huddle here together and let you know that Julian is about to mess up. That is all.
If you can read Yith books, you might get their attention. That's all I'm saying. Just friendly reminder to.
Hey, the last
it was specifically dealing with time travel that she was warning about. I will point that out.
Okay. And I'll point out that the last encounter I had with the Yith, I was able to walk again. So
I thought you think that was Star Vampires.
What?
The Star Spawn.
Julian assumes that was the Yith.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Star Spawn.
It was Star Spawn. I forgot about that. Damn it. Oh man.
Time is of the essence, gentlemen.
Sure.
I
think we have a deal.
And he stands up to shake your hand.
Mm-hmm. And I'll use my giant mech hand to, shake his hand.
And he bends over to Aleister in the chair and reaches out to shake Aleister's paw.
Very well. And Aleister will reach up a paw.
Oh, you're not going to do the mage hand?
No, he's actually going to respect this guy a little bit.
I feel like Victor's deal is probably the smartest so far.
Yes.
Well, Aleister hasn't had to give anything up, so Aleister's okay with this deal.
Yeah.
Right, so he walks back over. He grabs the book off the coffee table and tucks it under his arm again, and he opens up that box, pulls out the key, unlocks the door, opens it, and guides you both in.
Okay. Oh, does it go down?
No, you actually. Oh, we'll come back to that. We will come back to that. It does not go down.
If it goes down, I may change my answer.
Here's the twist: the morgue is actually downhill. So,
so we're back to Victor, and he arrives at the corridor.
Yeah,
and you walk in, and you're greeted with a friendly cryptfolk smile. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. I was sent here by Miss Jackson from the council to investigate some of the discovered bodies from the people that were hurt. And Victor will sort of hand over the little document, the parchment.
Okay. He takes it, he unfolds it, reads over it. He's like, all right, Mr. Victor. Come on over here. I'll walk back here. I actually pulled in a new body. Her new body was dropped off this morning.
Oh, no, that's terrible. And Victor will follow him in.
And, you recognize the guy that was screaming about Swamp Cat
Oh, poor Swamp Cat guy.
when he pulls out the drawer that this guy was laying on the slab. Like, he's missing a leg. He's definitely mangled, clawed up. You definitely notice that it's a very odd claw pattern. It's not a normal kind of thing that you would see from like a cat or anything.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it was a Saturnian cat.
I mean, it might have been.
It might have been. Do you want me to roll to see how?
It's not a normal.
Okay.
Yeah, normal cat.
Okay.
Pattern.
Maybe there's just a swamp cat. Okay. Victor's gonna just do a once over on the body, like, you know, like a normal checkout to try to figure out what might be going on. Outside of the general information you just told me. I mean, I guess that's how I got the general information you just told me. I don't know. And
no, that's just on initial, like, seeing
initial?
it. Like,
okay,
dude's not wearing any clothes. Like, he's just he's mangled and missing a leg.
You want me to roll to see if I can see anything else?
Where's your pants, sir?
To see anything specific?
Yeah, you can investigate it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Give me an investigation
check. All right, let's go. Well, that's not very helpful. That'd be. I don't suppose I want to. How much time we got left in this session?
We're about to hit 2 hours.
We're about to hit 2 hours, but I don't
not
know
a
if
whole lot of time.
I don't know if I need to crit this investigation.
Hey,
That's
man.
up to you. Is this going to be the only roll of the game? You don't know.
I don't know. That's the problem.
That's the risk you take.
Mm-hmm.
Although if you don't use it and it comes down to the end, you can always just do something awesome.
Give
just
me
for the
one
sake of
moment
it.
here, because I gotta check something.
Like,
I'm going to use my
like,
human determination
Ooh.
to get advantage on this roll. So I'm going to roll one more time.
Okay. All right.
That's still not what I wanted. Dang it.
Oh, no.
Okay. You know what? Let's just crit it. Boom. Cardic inspiration.
Hey,
I use
nice.
my ace cardic inspiration. I will know as
And
much.
what's your investigation modifier?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Hold on. Now
What's your
I'm
intelligence?
reconsidering it, because I'm just gonna eat this guy and find out what happened to him. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna do that. I got a 11 on the investigation check with my advantage.
Okay.
Not great.
No, it wasn't. I rolled I've got a +4 modifier. I rolled a 5 and a 7.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, on further investigation of the claw marks in the body, it kind of looks like he was more played with. It does look like his leg was bitten off, but other than that, it looks like he was more played with than
It wasn't something
like,
attacking to eat.
done for any.
Eat him or out of maliciousness. It was more just knocking him around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
And-
that's all you really get
Okay.
from that.
And so I'll say this guy doesn't look very good. Looks like something mauled him up pretty bad, but I don't know if it was trying to eat him. Did you have any other people here that you haven't prepared yet? A little while back? Or is
Oh
it-
yeah. We got some body parts over here. We got this one lady that was dropped off 2 days ago.
Yeah. What I think I'm going to do is I'd like to check those out, and I'm going to take a sample of some of the damaged areas to see if I can determine anything from that. Got some tools I can use.
All right, yeah, Miss Jackson was definitely clear in her message that you were going to investigate this, might need samples, so go right ahead.
Okay. Yep. So Victor's going to take a sample from where the body was like torn or ripped or whatever to make it look like he's figuring something out with that. Not just like cut a nice clean piece that wasn't hurt anything. So he's going to get a piece from each of those corpses.
All right.
And then he's going to thank them and leave. And then once he gets clear of where people can, notice him, he's going to take the samples out and he's going to chomp them down and see what he can do. One of them's 2 days old, so I won't need to use the key point. The other guy died last night, so obviously I'll have to use a key point to get insight or to get information from him, unless you
don't
determine
need a
otherwise.
key point, but you can't target a specific memory unless you use a key point.
Okay, that's how. Okay, cool. In that case, I'll just use a key point for each and try to determine cause of death and what was going on. So that knocks me down to 2. So I'll just focus my key energy on honing in on the memories of the circumstances of their death.
Before you or while you're collecting, the crypt folk there, he is going to tell you that in during the process and everything, normal crypt folk stuff, we none of our memories were able to target the cause of death. So there's some kind of monster out there. There is talks about vampires. There's talks about some kind of swamp beast, something. So I don't know what your investigation will be able to find, but that's all I can tell you from... We haven't been able to see those memories.
Okay. With that information, does Victor think that it would keep him from doing it, or is Victor better at that?
Yeah, you would be able to do it
crypt
because
folk,
you can actually target it with a key.
Okay, yeah.
But that would give you a reason to target it with the key,
Okay, yeah. And so Victor is going to try to determine cause of death, and if it's possible, Victor also does know that drunk guy had saw the swamp cat, and so he will try to get the memory of him just before we encountered them to see what he saw, and then see if what he saw is what killed him, and see if they match up, and then just see if he can figure out what killed them. So he's going to do that for both the woman, or the woman's leg. I'm assuming she was killed along with her leg. And and with the guy.
So the swamp cat guy, you take a bite, or you take the bite and chew it up, swallow it, and then you get a wave of a memory with that targeted memory, and you see him just drinking in the street. He just broke off from his party of friends, and he's peeing on the sidewalk, and he sees this cat come around the corner, and it's definitely the cat that you've seen before, Deadlib. And
it's Deadlib.
And you see him, he's just shocked, just staring at it. The cat looks at him and is just like a really alien sounding cat sound. And what? And then it takes off as right before y'all turn the corner, it takes off down another path, and then you jump in the memory to later that night. He's walking into the swamp with a gun, and he's like, "Ain't nobody believe me that it's swamp cat. I'll get that swamp cat. I'll show him.
I'll show him."
Victor believed him.
He's like, "Oh, I see you there, swamp cat." And he shoots, or he goes to shoot, and the Deadlib just pounces on him and starts swinging him around, and you're just getting a memory of him just getting flung around as it goes off, as the memory turns off, and
you feel a bit nauseous now.
Very similar memories, very similar memories with the woman and the body part that you found that you don't know what that was from. It was an orc forearm, no hand, that you had taken the sample from.
Okay,
but
so the woman also got killed by
Yes.
Detlib?
Yeah.
Am I sure? Of that?
Not the same. She didn't go
Okay.
into the swamp with a gun. She was actually in the street and got drug into the swamp before you hear a loud crunch and then everything goes black.
Okay. So she could tell that it was just attacking her because she was there. Or
Yeah,
like
she looked
that's what
back
she
and was
felt,
watching
just all of a sudden
herself
she was
get-
attacked by a cat for no reason.
Yeah,
She was
she was
minding her own
minding
business. Okay. All right. Well, now I know Detlib is killing people, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a word for it.
Well, that was sarcasm. It's not nice to kill people for no
Oh,
reason.
that was sarcasm.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah. We should call the show Microphones and Sarcasm, and that way people would understand.
Ooh, I'm gonna get that swamp cat raggin', frackin', swampin'. It's killed all my chickens. Let me get my 6-shooter and I'm gonna stomp into that swamp and raggin', fraggin', no good, teetotaling, tuna eating chicken, kill my chickens. No, I'm gonna get them. Where is that no good lily lubber monster? What is that? That's gonna get my gun. Let me get my 6-shooter. There's no bullets in this. Oh no. Dagnabbit! I don't know, for some reason I thought of Yosemite Sam when Adam was talking about some of the memories. But anyway, awesome episode. If you could, head over to creativetypo.com for all links related to all of our shows. Microphones and Monsters, of course, which you just listened to, Dread Tech, and all of our shows that we'll be doing in the future, and some of the audio dramas we have going on now as well. So tune into there. We've also got links to any of the swag and merchandise we've got, upcoming events. Subscribe to our newsletter for all production updates and things like that. You could also go over to patreon.com and support our group there. I guess we're a group now. We're not just one podcast. We're a lot. That would be amazing. So please support us. As always, all music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. Thank you all for listening, and tune in next time for the season 4 of Microphones and Monsters.